Things are heating up in the AMA Pro ATV Motocross Championship. At our last race, Hedrick jumped over series points leader Chad Wienen to take a convincing lead in the first moto. Behind him, the battle raged on for the final podium spot between veteran and former two-time champ John Natale and the young gun Jeffrey Rastrelli, while Hedrick went on to take the moto win. It was a rematch in Moto 2 with John Natale out front early with the lead. Then Wienen and Hedrick got around, and then this, as Hedrick bumped and knocked Wienen down. Hedrick went 1-1, finally making up points and his fourth straight win. Can Hedrick do it again? ATV Motocross is next.
Beautiful Sunset Ridge in Walnut, Illinois welcomes you to round 7 of the X-Prox ATV Motocross National Championship sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, presented by CST Tires. I'm Jason Wygant, your host here on MavTV. This is the annual Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Awareness Event. This track walk raises a lot of money to help fund the cure. You can buy some swag to further add to the funds. We can add to the fun with a dunk tank here at the track. And of course, nothing more fun than getting our youth and amateur ATV riders out there on the track at the same weekend as the pros. That's how we do it in Pro ATV Motocross. Yes, a full day of things to do and see. You can race yourself, or you can hang out and check out the riders and machines of the Pro Division. That was Thomas Brown. This is Ronnie Higerson's crew. And you can see some pink graphics and hats and graphics mixed in. Not the Root River Racing folks, though. They're proud of the retro Honda graphics on their machines. Here's Chad Wienen. There's an award memorializing Matt Hoffman, a good friend of Chad's and the track. See some more pink there. That was the 4 Deuce Deuce of David Hogsma. Jeff Rastrelli got the look, got the results this year. He's feeling good. John Natale, solid performance this year from the veteran. Let's talk to him.
All right, here at Sunset Ridge, I was able to pull off a podium finish, a 3rd place last round. Hoping to do the same thing here, at least get on the podium. You know, this is a sand track, a little bit different to what I'm used to back home. My track at my house where I've been training is hard pack, so it's a little bit different. I got a place called Mascot, which is an old coal stripping mine that I've been training at the last few days, so trying to get something that's a little bit looser than the hard pack that I ride with at my house. You know, just excited to get out here. I never really qualified real well, so we'll see what happens when the gate drops for the first moto.
We'll see if Natale can get in there and mix up the points. Now, Chad Wienen in a weird situation. He is the points leader, but Joel Hedrick has won the last 4 races in a row. Maybe today's home race will change things for Chad.
Coming to Sunset Ridge and being just like 90 miles away from my hometown and get a great following from the hometown crowd. It's really awesome to have them come out and check out the races and support me. And it's kind of overwhelming at times because you want to go and hang out with everybody and and kick back with them. But it's always good to have the hometown crowd behind you and the extra motivation around the track. And obviously I'd like to go out and get a 1-1 and even the 1-2 is fine. It's been working out so good for me, and the points are the points, and every single one of them counts. So I got to be consistent and get on that box every single weekend and go for max points and pick my battles. When it's time to go and when it's time to just kick back and ride to a smooth finish.
Yeah, that's been the difference. Hedrick winning overalls, but they've been splitting a lot of the moto wins, so Hedrick not making up much ground on the points. Could it change today? Can Hedrick win 5 straight? Stay with us.
ATV Motocross Racing brought to you in part by Prox Racing Parts for all your hard parts needs, and by RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics, and by CST Tires, where passion meets the ground.
The 88 of Joel Hedrick started this year off with a crash and a knee injury at Daytona. He has been so strong since, and almost impossible to beat in our qualifiers. That's basically time, practice. ATVRiders.com puts an award on the line, and we'll let these guys rip. First, you see Chad Wienen, big tall man from 90 miles away from here, as he mentioned, is so good on a sand track, and that's what we have today. We'll see what kind of lap times he can put in. And he's running an 88, but totally different colors today. Make that pink pop a little more, running the white fenders instead of the traditional red. Got Thomas Brown. Thomas, usually very consistent. This year has been a little bit up and down. Wants to be on that podium today, I'm sure. This is Jeff Rastrelli out of Florida, about to take flight. Show you what it's like to ride on board with him. We'll have those clips all day long in the motos as well. The 20 is Josh Upperman. Love the look of that retro 250R. I just can't say it enough. Looks like the original Honda race squad from 1986. David Hogsma really opening eyes in his first full season as a pro motocross contender. He's definitely potential for a podium today. Same thing with this man, Ronnie Higgerson, who made it there not too long ago at High Point. See Brett Music, and this is Sam Rowe digging through the sand, trying to get a drive to get over the tops of these jumps. Nick Moser showing you how it's done with a little flair. Here is Sean Taylor, hard on the power. 25 is Cody Jansen out of Wisconsin. And 16 is Johnny Hale out of Oklahoma. See the track getting pretty beat up there in the face of that jump. And look, a struggle for Hedrick, third. Never usually that far back in qualifying, so Chad Wienen great in the first qualifier, and ATVRiders.com award going his way. So how's it going to work out for Hedrick today? Is that third in qualifying something to worry about, or can he keep his win streak alive?
Coming off the 1-1 from Monster Mountain, feel pretty confident coming in here. Track's pretty fun. I finished up third in qualifying, second in the first one, third in the second one. Did some bike changes though to make it work a lot better for the motos. So that's what we were really focused on today in the qualifiers. Not really putting the fast laps down, but getting the bike working. I'm not really used to this sand, so it's different for me. I'm excited to be out here. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going with the 1-1, but if not, I'd like to get a podium and go home safe and stay consistent on the box.
So that will be interesting. Wienen is an absolute sand master. This track and the next one in Minnesota could suit him. So we'll see who comes out on top today.
ATV Motocross Racing brought to you in part by Prox Racing Parts for all your hard parts needs, and by RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. And by CST Tires, where passion meets the ground.
Well, this is what you're watching the show for, some racing, so let's get to it. The Prox Moto #1 of the Prox ATV National Motocross Championship. John Natale on the line. Running the umbrella, Jeff Rastrelli says, dude, I'm tough. I don't need that. And it will be interesting today, the sandiest track we've had in a while. Joel Hedrick running on a 4-race win streak. But the Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com onboard. We'll see if these conditions change today's results. Good start from Rastrelli there. Down to the inside, Nick Moser on the 77. I thought he was going to edge everyone out, but it is Natale with another hole shot. That's 2 in a row for him. SSI Decals hole shot award going to him. Rastrelli with our Rocky Mountain onboard. He can at least see the leader. Shout out to Sam Rowe here. Best start of the season for him on the 38. Rowe, a young rider who also races the Pro-Am class, which is the stepping stone to this. Wienen has taken the lead from Natale. Well, how did that happen? And you give him the #1 spot in these conditions with the fans pulling for him. It is going to be hard to stop him. We immediately put the radar out for Hedrick, who I didn't see in that lead pack. So things looking good for the champ right now. Starting to uncork it on the Wienen Motorsports Walsh Racecraft Factory Yamaha. Maxxis SSI Decals and Fly Racing giving him additional support. And Hedrick is on the radar now. That split line, trying to find a way around Natale to get to second. We've seen this year that Hedrick has the speed to run down Wienen on the right day. But I'm so curious to see if this sandy racetrack is going to fall back in the favor of the defending champ. And Wienen is a big dude, probably around 6'4". He just has so much leverage on the sandy tracks where you got to get over the back. Really helps him out. That's where he rose to prominence in the deep whoop sections and situations like that. Looks like it's Rastrelli there making a move. So Hedrick up to second, and Rastrelli now challenging Natale for third. We've seen those two have some great battles this year. Speaking of battles, it's the one we wanted to see as Hedrick tries to make a run at Wienen. Rastrelli all over Natale. Natale racing for Baldwin Racing. Maxxis Tires, Fly Racing helping him out. Rastrelli backed by JB Racing, Root River Racing, and Gold Speed Tires. But Hedrick in second, the battle we wanted to see, we already have. So 2 different battles to watch. You've got Hedrick trying to, cut into the lead of Wienen, but a big mistake on the exit of that corner is going to cost him. Looks like Rastrelli has taken third away from Natale, so I want to see if maybe Rastrelli can make a run and stick with Hetrick. That's been the trick this year. These two have just been on another level speed-wise than everyone else in 2016. Now we'll run 2 motos today, but we pay championship points in each moto. So if you're Hetrick and you're down in the series, about a full moto distance down in the series to Wienen, you've got to try to get the 1-1s. He's gotten a lot of overalls this year with a second and a first, when Wienen will get a first and a second. But he's got to win them all. He's got to keep beating the champ consistently, and you can see he's digging back there in second to try to close up, put the pressure on, and make it happen. Looks like we're set for a great race day here at Sunset Ridge. Wienen and Hetrick out front again.
ATV Motocross Racing brought to you in part by Prox Racing Parts for all your hard parts needs, and by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com. Get ready. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. And by CST Tires, where passion meets the ground.
Chad Wienen and Joel Hetrick out front as usual in ATV Motocross. The only question each week is the order. Man, look at Hetrick driving it in deep with the braking bumps and just shrugging all that off. And this sandy track is definitely getting choppy and rough, as they are known to do. And I feel like that stuff just favors Wienen more and more. He's so smooth on the rough stuff. Here is Hetrick trying to come back and bear down on him. All right, it's closing back up. These guys both doing 142 laps. They are exchanging it by tenths of a second. Hetrick did have the fastest lap of the race so far, and you can see he has inched up, so it's getting closer. But even on that best lap, it was only a half a second quicker than Wienen, and he's still about 2 seconds behind, so he's going to need to put in that half-second quicker pace just to get to Wienen and then try to figure out how to make a pass. So it could come down to a mistake. That's what he's going to need. Look at David Hogsma. Nice ride, taking the spot away from Natali. Not quite the moto Natali wants, but Hogsma up to a solid 4th. This guy did a lot of off-road races out on the West Coast, would come here to a few motocross rounds in the past and show great speed. This year, going all in and racing all the events and getting faster each week. And just as quickly as Hetrick closed in on Wienen, Wienen must have got the word on the pit board and has upped his pace. I'd say the all-out top speed, best lap a little bit better for second place rider Hetrick, but the consistency lap to lap a little better for Wienen. And down the stretch, it's given him just enough of a gap where he doesn't have to deal with the pressure, doesn't have to worry about Hetrick putting the wheels inside of him. Hetrick's going to dig for it on this final lap, trying to get closer one last time. Oh, these two have been so spectacular to watch battle this year. Oh, and no triple for Hetrick. He wanted to get down to the inside. He actually didn't lose much ground there. So he's trying to get creative. See how hard he's backing into these corners, looking for any place he can get an edge and try to get right behind the champ. But he's out of time. Chad Wienen takes a look over his shoulder. He knows he has it, a big first moto win. Just trying to prevent Hetrick from making up any ground in the championship. John Natali, by the way, crashed out of this one, putting Josh Upperman up into 5th. Surveying the track here, we've got 2 races like we said, so it's time for Prox Moto 2 at Sunset Ridge. And this should be a good one. Again, a 4-race win streak on the line for Joel Hetrick. See if he can make it 5. Rocky Mountain ATVMC on board with Josh Upperman. Oh, nice. Brett Busick going to grab the whole shot here on the 209. Kloster Racing, Blommel Motorsports, and Walsh Racecraft backing him. I thought that Hetrick was going to make the quick move, but no. Holding on to it as we're on board with Upperman. And now they shifted it around. Hetrick has taken over the lead, and he's got Chad Wienen right behind him, so we are set for a great battle. And Wienen not messing around, already up to the rear tires and taking facefuls of sand from Hetrick. And it looks like a little bit quicker right now as Wienen, so this is his chance to try to pounce. Can he find a way to make a pass? Through the rollers, you know he's going to be good through there. Oh, this is great stuff. Can he find the line? He'll be down to the inside. Wienen blasts out of that corner and takes the lead. All right, so the hometown fans have to be loving this And it's desperation time for Hetrick, and he immediately responds. Wow, that outside was working well in Moto 1. It's changed in Moto 2. Hetrick says, thanks for opening the door, I'll take it. But here comes the champ around the outside to take the lead again. But then he blows the corner, and Hetrick has retaken the lead. Spectacular action. You can also see some water has been thrown down on this track between motos, and I think that has led the riders to misjudge some of their braking points. Well, that's only made it that much more fun to watch for us. So it's Hetrick back to the lead again. You got to be careful, though. If he gets his rhythm, might be harder to get around him. Wienen did it pretty easily on that second lap there. And look at the gap they've already built up. David Hogsma, great run in third. Maxxis, Liquid Wrench, and Elka Suspension helping both your leader, Hetrick, and the third-place rider, Hogsma. Hetrick, well, this is interesting. They both end up in the same line. That inside line is just working too well to deny it. Wow, it is fun to watch Hetrick. I cannot believe he makes that corner and stays on the inside, that right-hander. He was like that in the first Moto 2, bringing it in really deep. And this is what you have to worry about if you're Wienen. That first lap, Wienen was definitely quicker, or first couple of laps, but Hetrick appears to have settled in, figured out the lines he wants, and has now opened up just a little gap. Oh, you know, Wienen wants the overall today. You never want someone to win 5 in a row. But more importantly, this is the home race. And Wienen has closed it back up. Great race building here at Sunset Ridge. You have to figure Chad Wienen is going to try to bring some heat late in this moto. He wants to win the home track event. Hetrick just wants to keep on winning no matter where we are. This is going to be great. Stay with us. Oh, big battle. Nick Janusa. Hey, Nick Janusa making moves, getting to the inside, and trying to move toward a podium position. Stay with us.
ATV Motocross Racing brought to you in part by Prox Racing Parts for all your hard parts needs, and by RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. And by CST Tires, where passion meets the ground.
Let's continue with this battle raging for podium positions here at Sunset Ridge. And it's good to see some new blood getting after it. You got Nick Janusa, Pro-Am rider, full-time in the Pro class last season, was the Rookie of the Year, and also David Hogsma fighting for it. They've got a shot at the overall podium today because John Natale crashed out of Moto 1. And Jeff Rastrelli is struggling a bit in Moto 2, and one of the other veteran favorites, Thomas Brown, a terrible start here. So we're starting to see some new blood fight for podium real estate, although no chance of catching these guys. They are gone. Your leader, Joel Hetrick, your second place rider, Chad Wienen. They're the class of the field today, so let's check out the kids. Hogsma and Janusa battling for it. I think that's Upperman behind them, one of the vets. Janusa on the 15, Hogsma on the 422. Janusa with a small advantage right now in third. Look at this. No answers from Wienen for what Hetrick has thrown down these last couple of laps. First lap, these guys really duked it out. Got 4 passes back and forth. It was spectacular. And I thought Wienen might have had the edge, but Hetrick has really settled down now and has things absolutely going his way. And it appears, just watching the riding style here, for Wienen, he's backed it off, and so has Jeff Rastrelli. Wow. I'm not sure what the issue there is for Rastrelli. We know he's been dealing with some illness, some physical issues in a couple of rounds this year. The ATV itself looked okay, so I've got to imagine it's something physical for him. As you watch Hetrick looking to put the finishing touches on another moto win, and this will be the 5th straight overall victory. However, he will again split the motos with Chad Wienen. Most of these overall wins he's gotten, he's split the motos with Wienen and has not made up any ground in this series. And I've got to think that Wienen is playing that long game here, not riding absolutely to the edge. And that is what Wienen has been so strong with the last couple of years. He has figured out the consistency part. Now, back in the day, we called him wide open Chad Wienen. That guy would win or crash. That's not the case anymore. Hetrick's doing the winning, but Wienen is not giving him any daylight in the series standings. How about it, though? 5 straight overall victories for Joel Hetrick, and this time he does it on the home track of Chad Wienen. Impressive ride for him. Wienen will take the points. Hogsmo will get on the podium for the first time. Let's talk to these guys.
We started off the day with third in time qualifying. Just kind of bummed about that, but you know, we made a lot of shock changes. Jay Goebel with Impact Solution hooked me up, made the bike a lot better for the first moto. Just couldn't get the run I needed for that first moto to get that moto win, but second moto came out with another great hole shot. Dasa motor hooked up great, Max's tires gripped off the line. You know, me and Chad had a couple passes at the beginning, and other than that, I got around him and I pulled a pretty good gap. I felt really good the second moto. Pulled another win today, 5 straight, so I'm ecstatic and I'm ready for Millville.
Great start. Came out third out of the first turn and made a pass to the lead right away and led it from start to finish. Machine was working so good, this Yamaha, and ran the second moto. Joel and I were battling that first lap, just swapping back and forth, and I couldn't make it stick. I knew how important that first position was early on, and I gave it a push and I just started tightening up, and kind of uncommon to me, but you know, it's a hot day today and we're doing well. We're right where we need to be. We're heading to Millville next and try and get back on the top of the step of the box. And thanks to all my sponsors, and looking forward to Minnesota next round.
Yeah, we came out here, the first moto, got a horrible start. I think I was 10th and worked my way up to 4th and stayed there, and I knew if I came out and had a good moto, the second moto, that, you know, the possibility to get on the podium, and got a great start right behind Joel and Wienen, so I was third for a little while, and Janusa was able to get by me, and I couldn't chase him down, and I just stayed in 4th and got a third overall today with a 4.4, and super pumped because it's my first podium ever, so you know, hopefully we keep working and keep getting up here.
Nice job by him. Good to see some fresh blood up there. Here's your Amsoil race recap. First moto, great battle. You had Jeff Rastrelli going after John Natale for third. You had Joel Hetrick going after Chad Wienen for the win. Wienen just too strong here at his home race, goes on to take the moto victory. Moto 2, Brett Music, nice job grabbing the whole shot here, but Hetrick is close behind, takes the lead, then he bobbles. Wienen gets around him. Hetrick gets him right back. Wienen passes back. Hetrick repasses Wienen. Man, that was great stuff. And it seemed like we were set up for a battle with these two all the way to the end. But as Chad Wienen admitted, he wasn't as strong down the stretch as he was hoping to be, and that means 5 straight overall wins for Joel Hetrick, who's absolutely on fire in ATV Motocross. I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.